Well, there is no question that relationships are hard and take work. But luckily, there are experts here in town that can help you work on your partnership through good times and bad. That expert is Ron McLean. He is the founder and executive director of the Healthy Marriage Coalition. Please welcome Ron to the show. So good to see you.
Thank you.
And congratulations are in order because Ron just celebrated his 50th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Oh. That makes you an expert.
Well, I don't know if it makes me tired.
Besides all your hard work on this subject, though, that is a huge accomplishment. So
thank you.
Congrats to you.
I give credit to my wife.
Yes. Well, it takes two.
She's a great lady.
What do you think the first thing people get wrong about marriage is?
You know, there's so many things, but I think false expectations. I think people look for somebody that they think is going to give them something. Someone who's going to fill their cup because they're lacking, instead of looking for someone they can give something to.
Yeah.
So I think they get into a relationship, they're hoping that person's going to fill their cup, and when they get married, it doesn't happen, and they're disappointed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I also love the phrase that a wedding is a day, but marriage is a lifetime.
Yes.
So many people get wrapped up in the wedding, which you said. You found a study that Americans spent $72 billion on weddings last year.
Yes, and I think it's ridiculous, actually. I mean, I love weddings like anyone else. I've performed probably over 100 of them. I think they're beautiful. My concern is what happens the next day, right, and thereafter. And so I think there's some unrealistic expectations there, too, that the excitement, the love, the wonder of that day is going to spill over and be that way the rest of the married life.
Yeah.
And, of course, as we know, daily life happens.
Daily life.
And it's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
That happens in life that you have to deal with.
I'm glad you brought that up. The good, the bad, the ugly, because we're going to break it down. Let's start with the good of marriage.
Okay. There's a lot of good, and I was thinking about this on the way over here. My wife and I got married at 18, and we have built like a partnership and a team. And there's nothing like having a partner in life. Both for raising kids and for finances and for working through difficult issues. I just had a pacemaker put in 3 weeks ago on a vacation, believe it or not, and she was there,
right there
to be there. You know, so we've supported each other, and there's a scripture in the Bible that says 2 are better than 1, and it's really true.
Yes.
That we act as a team.
You also say, as iron sharpens iron. What does that mean?
Yeah. So what that means is when two people come together as friends, they get close, and they tend to rub the rough edges off each other. And so that happens in marriage too, because it's not all bliss and not all ooey gooey. And so what it does is it really reveals to me, for instance, the negative things in my life that need to be rubbed off when we get close and kind of have this go on.
Yes.
Which happens in every marriage, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's called conflictual intimacy.
Interesting.
And so that actually makes you closer because then you're smoother when you come together. Instead of all those ragged edges. Right?
Yeah, I love that. I've never heard that phrase.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot of good about marriage, but then there's some bad. And so talk about the bad about marriage, especially if we don't deal with these issues.
Well, what happens is when couples get together, usually for the first few weeks, maybe even months, there's that honeymoon period. But usually around the 6-month time period, things start to kind of unravel if, in fact, there's some issues that haven't been dealt with. Those could be childhood issues that haven't been dealt with. Those could be issues that come from outside the marriage. There could be addiction issues that maybe just came to light. There could be issues that weren't talked about, honesty issues, you know. And so a good marriage can quickly turn negative if those issues haven't been dealt with or aren't dealt with at the time that they come up.
Yeah. But you know what bugs me is that people just think they can bail. The second things get tough, they're out of there.
Right.
It's not till death do us part, it's till something better comes along.
Right.
I don't like that.
I had a person tell me the other day, well, if this doesn't work out, I can just divorce my husband and restart. The problem with that is, number one, it's a failing policy because you're going to go from one relationship to the next. Each couple brings suitcases into the relationship from their past. They dump them together, mix them together, and then try and make it work, right? And it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
People have to work on their issues and be the best person they can be for the relationship instead of wanting the other person to be the best person.
I love that. Well, to avoid the ugly about marriage, which of course is divorce and remarriages without any changes,
Correct.
what can we do? Can we sign up for classes with you?
Yes.
Tell us how.
There's so many things we can do. Number one on our list after 50 years is having a date night.
Oh,
So we've had a date night literally every week for almost 50 years, except for
that's a great idea.
if we're apart from each other.
So never stop dating.
Never stop dating. People say to me they can't afford it. My answer is you can't afford not to. Even if it's a trip around the block, or to get an ice cream cone, or to sit in the backyard and just talk, but you've got to have that one-on-one time. So that's really important. Open and honest communication. Apologizing, asking for forgiveness, humbling yourself and say, you know what, honey, you're right. I don't know everything there is to know about this. I'm willing to listen to you. My wife knows more stuff about things I don't know about, and vice versa, so that we can come together and actually strengthen our relationship.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for more information about your program, we go to growyourmarriage.com.
Correct, and there they will find upcoming marriage education classes where they're going to learn skills, and they're going to learn about retreats coming up. You know, high schools, I don't get this, high schools don't teach young people about communication skills.
Yeah.
You know, trigonometry.
Yes,
Yeah,
but not human relationships.
How many times have I used trigonometry? Well, none, because I didn't take it.
But you're right. There's a lot that we learned, and we should be learning a lot more.
Yes.
And this is daily, real stuff. Okay, well, speaking of events, you do have one coming up, so check out your website.
Yes.
And we look forward to that event in September. And thank you for your time today. And
Thank
once
you.
again, congrats to you and Joan on 50 years.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.